So, you realize that, hey, everything we've been taught is maybe not as we've been taught, and wait a second. So once you kind of lift up the blankets, you realize that there's a whole nother world under there. So I've had a number of years going down the rabbit hole, per se, on my own discoveries for myself. I think after that, I said, oh, okay, this isn't really what it's all about. It's kind of what I can make it. I can make it what I want to make it.
Was there a point where you felt like I've arrived, not arrived like I don't need to learn, but I've arrived, I feel comfortable as a man, I feel comfortable as a husband and father? Or do you feel like you've always felt that way?
I can't really pinpoint a moment, to be honest. I feel like I've always naturally had I'm typically optimistic and have a healthy confidence. So I've never struggled with trying to get somewhere. I feel like I know that there's always space to improve. And I'm always open to that. And I'm humble enough to know that I don't know everything, and there's always something else to grow into. But yeah, I think just experience for me has been my best teacher. And it's been like, as a parent, experience has been my best teacher. In work, it's been the same way. You can read all the books, and people can tell you how to be good at being a dad, or be, good at anything really. But until you really get down and get involved and do it, it's hard to really get it.
Yeah. Life is full of experiences. And I'll just put pressure one more time on this question and see, would you pinpoint a person, a book, a season of life that gave you, let's say, confidence in your identity? Is there anything you'd pinpoint to go, this has given me confidence as Kenji? I am Kenji.
I think when I was younger, I played a lot of sports when I was younger. Those years were pretty formative for me. I did well with that. In turn, I ended up meeting a lot of friends I still have till today, where I've met through that time of my life. And it instilled, I think, a confidence in me at an early age. So I think that kind of set a tone for how I went and, approached adulthood.
Yeah.
And how I approached different things.
Yeah. Okay. Because I mean, I've spent some time with you, and I feel as though it's like, if you're the great athlete and you're still kicking ass at sports and whatever, right? Like you're confident because there's some purpose or things in your life. But it seems as though if, God forbid, you lost a leg and, whatever, or we're in a wheelchair, it seems as though your optimistic, confident identity wouldn't change. So do you agree?
I would agree.
Yeah, like you exude the confident, I'm good and comfortable being me. So I think, and I asked this question to a guy who the track coach for Violet Spartan Track Club. And one thing I asked him, I was like, what's the purpose of sports? Because in some ways I think sports is like a religion in our culture, where it's like parents and people are like freaks about it to a degree that's not healthy. And he paused for like 15 seconds or 10 seconds, whatever. And he said development. And I'm like, damn, that's such a good answer. You're the kind of coach I want training my kid. And so it seems as though that was your experience through your sporting as well, was that it was character identity development, not I'm a good basketball player, I'm good at soccer. So that's my identity, where if soccer's ripped away, you have no idea who you are, which I think a lot of 18 to 30-year-olds struggle.
Sure. I guess, your identity could become where you live, what you do,
right,
what you wear, how much money you have, and all those types of things. Yeah, you're right. Like the confidence and development, that's a great word. Even some of the coaches I had left a mark on me when I was younger. yeah, it's set, I think socially as well, right? The friends was able to make. So socially, I was developed at an earlier age through sports,
Yeah.
also socially. Um, so yeah, it set the tone for me. And I think later, as I got into after I graduated and a little older, I went through a seeking period
Mm-hmm.
of seeking answers. So you realize that, hey, everything we've been taught is maybe not as we've been taught. Wait a second. So once you kind of lift up the blankets, you realize that there's a whole nother world under there. So I've had a number of years going down the rabbit hole, per se, on my own discoveries
Mm-hmm.
for myself. And that, I think after that, I said, oh, okay, this isn't really what it's all about. It's kind of what I can make it. I can make it what I want to make it.
Mm.
And so that helped me just let go of like all the stuff that doesn't matter,
Mm.
going down that. But I think what prompted that, there was actually a few of our friends here that got into it at the same time, and it set the tone for their life as well on the direction they went.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of continued growth, pursuing, learning, and discovering with an open hand, right? With or open heart, whatever you want to call it. What's something? So, a couple last questions for you.
Yeah.
So this podcast, Fatherhood Field Notes, you're doing it where you just open up your life and share it with us. The mantra behind it is rebel and create. As men, we want to be warriors, we want to fight, but we don't want to just be destructive for the sake of destruction, but maybe we want to tear something down and create something in its place. So what's something you're rebelling against and wanting to create in its place? And it could be something as simple as, I'm rebelling against cell phones at the dinner table to create connection with my family, to some other kind of, pursuit in our culture or world that you want to rebel against.
It's an interesting question. What am I rebelling against? Um, Man, it's a good one, Ned. I think right now I may be rebelling against uh, being more empathetic to my partner. Actually,
Hmm.
I think there's something there that, if I were to be completely honest, I'd like to create more of that deliberate space. I'd like to create more of a, a sincere, deliberate
Hmm.
support when
Hmm.
needed, and I feel like I may actually be rebelling against that subconsciously. Like, not sure why, but that's honestly, I think